everyone else that's made it to this championship level. They just probably need some perspective here or there. But, you know, his dad does a great job with him, so that's not something that I see them need. You know, his dad has done this much to get him to this point. They're doing great with that part of it. There's some tweaking that goes on with any fighter.
Appreciate that, coach.
Yes.
This card is pretty good.
Oh, this card is lit.
Now the co-mains around in this one, the welterweight, so some of the welterweight. What do you make of Ron Ennis?
He's definitely a dynamic fighter. His abilities, to me, I see between his dad, Mosey, his two brothers, Farah and Pooh, Ennis. He's a combination, to me, of all three of those guys. It's pretty much, in my eyes, unbeatable. I fought on cards. Well, I didn't fight. Sean fought on cards with Farah. Very talented fighter. Extremely skillful defensively. I watched his brother Pooh Ennis, offensive-minded fighter, very fast, quick, reflexes, impeccable. And then the dad actually worked corners with me in Sean's corner early on in Sean's career. And so his mind is borderline genius and having the ability to take what he did with his other two sons before him, which I'm looking at one of them right there. There's Ennis. Having the ability to take, and Farah right there, having the ability to take both of those guys and combine it into this son, and this son being, even as it looks like right now, better than him, better than both the other brothers. It's phenomenal. The kid is really, really, really great in his lineage, and you know he was born and raised on this. He was born and raised on this. Like, you get up in the morning to have cereal, that's what he sat there with. You know, his dad and his brothers, and they're his team. They're in his corner. So yeah, he's got a great thing going on.
Now, you're the only trainer that has faced Bud and Spence. How do you think a Jerron Boots Ennis does against one of the other? You do one at a time. How do you think he does against Bud? They're both switch-handed. They're both geniuses inside the square circle. How do you think they fare against each other?
You know, I still think that Boots needs, you know, a few more fights to go to that level. But he's right there at that level. I can see him getting that victory. I can see him definitely getting that victory. Because that's a tougher fight for him. It's a much bigger man on fight night. Much different style, you know, in terms of strength and in terms of size differential on fight night. Errol presents much more of a problem than Terence does. That one I'm on the fence with. You know, I'm on the fence with that one. If they were fighting today, I'd say Errol. They're not fighting today. They're not fighting today.
Yeah, not fighting today.
Caleb Plant coming up. What do you think about that?
Benavidez and Caleb Plant. You know, at the risk of sounding like, you know, I've studied these guys and watched them and can put together the strategy that they're going to have to win the fight. I don't have that. I haven't done that. So, you know, you're asking me to go out on a limb, but I say Benavidez in the decision.
Oh, actually, I got Caleb Plant. Actually, yeah, it's real tough. But back, you were talking about Jerron Boots Ennis and his family and him, you know, pretty much born into the game. Do you think that's a big factor in him kind of like being like one of the best welterweights in the sport right now?
One of the best welterweights in the sport, more than likely, will take over the welterweight division. Definitely, he'll take over the welterweight division. And the dad, two brothers, the circle that's around them, they prepped and prepared him for this. He's ready for all of this.
Yeah, you got Coach Bozy. I know I talked with him, and he pretty much, like you said, has a great mind, you know, with the background in boxing and martial arts and everything like that. So having, you know, him teaching Jerron Ennis, and pretty much like you said, makes it an unstoppable, you know, duo. And having his brothers there as chief seconds or whatever.
They've got some things going on that most people don't have.
Now, you said stylistically that Spence poses more of a threat to Jerron.
Yeah.
Does that mean he beats Bud easily? Or the style big fights, and that's going to be a good close fight?
Who beats who easily?
Spence versus Crawford. You said that Spence.
Yeah. So you're talking about the decision with Spence and Crawford now?
Yeah.
And we're not talking about
But
boxing.
I'm bouncing off the fact that you said that Spence gives Jerron Ennis a harder time. Does that mean he's a better fighter than Crawford?
That doesn't mean that he's the better fighter. That just means my opinion is I see Errol winning the fight. That doesn't mean, stylistically, maybe somebody looks at Terence and thinks he boxes better or he's a better fighter. I don't know. That's just my opinion. And that's what boxing is. And see, that's people don't realize and understand. This is not like the other sports. Football, basketball, baseball. Points go on the board. The home run gets hit, we know what it is. The three-pointer gets shot, we know what it is. Boxing is someone else's opinion. At the end of the round, there's people sitting around that table, and they're going to give their opinion, who they thought won that round. It may not be the same as your opinion. It may not be the same as my opinion.
Right.
And at the end of the fight, unless it's a knockout, we may have a difference of opinion on who won the fight.
Coach, let me get your opinion on a couple more fights. We have Jamel Charlo and Tim Zoo. What do you think about these?
Charlo, absolutely.
Yeah, I think that's an easy win for Charlo.
I don't say easy. He got some work to do in terms of figuring out a different style. It's not an American style.
Right.
But I know he has the ability, the IQ to do that, the physical abilities to do that as well. And I see him winning that fight.
How about Devin Haney and Logan Chico?
Devin Haney, absolutely. I see Devin's talent, his youth, giving him the ability to get past number two. Wilder got stopped it. Love Andy, great fighter. You're getting a lot out of a lesser guy in terms of not as big as Wilder, not as long as Wilder, not as tall as Wilder, reach is not knocking out people like Wilder. So he's going to put up a great fight, but I see Wilder winning.
What about Fury versus Usyk for the undisputed heavyweight championship?
Fury. The last guy from America to beat Usyk.
What was that?
Last
Joe
guy
Joyce?
from America to beat Usyk.
Oh, America to beat Usyk.
Sean Porter.
The person right behind me, Sean Porter.
The last person to beat Demetrius Andre from the United States? Sean Porter.
All
right, so you got potentially Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia. Can you break that one down for us?
I'm not going to be able to break it down, but I got Gervonta in the knockout.
Word.